Yes, coming to the metabolism, drug biotransformation generally into more polar compounds readily excreted from the body through urine or feces, through fecal matter. So during biotransformation, many things a drug has to undergo, many compartments. So today we are speaking about trying to understand what is metabolism, and we'll be studying about enzyme inhibition and induction process. Whenever you give the drug through IV, intravascular route I should say, that will be completely absorbed. The bioavailability is 100%. The amount of drug which is present in blood or systemic circulation is 100% in case of intravascular administration of the drugs. Whereas when the drug is given through extravascular route, apart from the parenteral route, whenever you take the drug through oral route, it has to undergo various stages. There are various barriers are there, and the liver is the organ which detoxifies many things. So it has to undergo all the phase 1, phase 2 reactions, and as well as the first pass effect. Okay, it has to undergo, it has to go from various barriers then to the targeted site or systemic circulation. Today we will be learning about metabolism, which are all the processes are there in metabolism. Let us understand. So the metabolism interactions are those where the metabolism of the object drug is altered. The object drug metabolism is altered by giving other drug simultaneously. So the efficacy may be reduced, or it depends upon the type of the drug. So the mechanisms of metabolism interactions, which includes the two types of mechanisms today we'll be studying. One is enzyme inhibition. The word itself says that inhibition. There is an inhibition of enzyme process. So whenever the enzyme is inhibited, it decreases the rate of reduction, rate of metabolism. Enzyme induction, inducing, stimulating. So the second one is enzyme induction. Enzyme induction happens, it increases the rate of reaction or metabolism. Okay. Coming to the enzyme inhibition, it will decrease, as I told you, enzyme inhibit. So it will decrease the rate of metabolism. It is the most significant to the other interactions, and it can be fatal. It can lead to serious consequences. So the enzyme inhibition, I have taken the examples here. The tyramine rich food. Okay, the tyramine rich food, the bakery items which contains the tyramine, when you give along with MAHO inhibitors, it causes enhanced absorption of unmetabolized tyramine. We will see in detail. Now what are MAVO inhibitors? Monoamino oxidase inhibitors. Monoamino oxidase inhibitors are a class of medication. They are used to treat depression. They are called to be as antidepressant medications. I will not go to how it works and the mechanism of action. Directly we'll try to understand. They are used as tyramine and foods to avoid. One downside to monoamino oxidase inhibitors that they come with dietary restrictions because of the elevated tyramine levels in the blood. As I was telling you, when this class of drug first entered the market, no one knew about the concerns over tyramine and blood pressure. This causes a wave of deaths that prompted further research. Now we know that certain foods contains excess tyramine, and these foods should be avoided when taking along with monoamino oxidase inhibitors. The more food ages, the more concentrated the levels of tyramine become. This is true for aged meats. So which food contain the tyramine? Which food are rich in tyramine? Aged meats, cheeses, and even leftovers in your fridge. So whatever the things are left over in the fridge and all those things, they are rich in tyramine. Foods with dangerously high levels of tyramine include soy sauce and other fermented soy products, sauerkraut, salmon, and other aged or cured meats. Okay, there are other products which contains high levels of tyramine, all this one. Okay, whenever you give such drugs and it increases, it has a very bad effect, that is enhanced absorption of the tyramine, which is unmetabolized tyramine, which increases the blood pressure. Okay, so you should avoid taking tyramine with monoamino oxidase inhibitors. Okay. Now, which drugs are said to be as monoamino oxidase inhibitors? The drugs include selegiline, isocarboxazide, phenelazine, and tranylcypromine. Okay, tranylcypromine. These are all the drugs we can see monoamino inhibitase classification. Next one, the coumarins. The coumarins, when they are given along with metronidazole or phenylbutazole, it causes increased anticoagulant activity. So whenever there is increased anticoagulant activity, what happens now? So the anticoagulant activity is increased, it may result in bleeding. Okay. Alcohol, when it is mixed with disulfiram and metronidazole, it can cause reactions, disulfiram-like reactions. Okay. Increased in plasma acetaldehyde levels. So it is having a very dangerous consequences in the body. Now let us understand about enzyme induction. So far we have spoken about what is enzyme inhibition. Now in this slide we'll be speaking about enzyme induction. What happens when enzyme is induced? It increases the rate of metabolism. Now we can see here in enzyme induction, we can see the drugs like corticosteroids, oral contraceptives, coumarins, and phenytoin. All these drugs, when they are taken along with barbiturates, it decreased plasma levels. There is a decrease in plasma levels, decreased efficacy of the object drug. The object drug's efficacy is reduced. Okay. Now, when you take the object drug is this one, when you take oral contraceptives or oral hypoglycemic agents along with rifampicin, it decreases the plasma levels. Okay. So whenever you are taking two drugs, you should check all the interactions.